If you've been posting content but your leads and sales have been inconsistent, this episode is for you. That inconsistency is what keeps business owners and content creators stuck. You're putting in the work, but you're not seeing the predictable income back. But what if instead you could turn your content into consistent leads and income, even if you have a smaller following? In today's Beyond Ordinary consulting session, I'm working with a photographer with just 1,700 followers on Instagram, who's struggling with the same thing, inconsistent bookings. I solved this issue for him, walking him through a leads generation system inspired by Alex Hormozi's $100 million money models framework. And by the end of the conversation, he had 4 different ways to profitably bring in revenue from his content. You have Instagram, you have 1,700 followers, right? You have an offer. The more people that know about your offer, the more people are going to buy, right? So why is it that you don't post on your Instagram, let's say on a daily, if not weekly basis?
Okay, I think I don't post as much as other creators would is because I'm very prideful about my work. I only want to post the best things out there. As well as I think about the rollout of the content that I'm putting out. Like recently I shot a cover for Glamour magazine. I still didn't post it yet. I'm waiting for everything to align when the actual talent post, when I can tag the stylist, when I can tag other brands, and when it makes the most sense. So I'm thinking about the overall rollout and not just like throwing content out there.
Okay, cool. So what we're going to do, we're going to dive in on how to make you money, because that is what what my audience wants. And we're going to just talk about the different ways. We're going to get into your attraction offers. We're going to get into your upsell offers, downsell, and continuity. And then a different niche that if I was a photographer, I would get into to make multiple 6 figures. Okay?
All right. Sounds good.
Let's dive in. Excuse my handwriting. I don't really handwrite nowadays. So we got attraction, right? Attraction. So basically what an attraction offer, the purpose of it is just to get leads in the door, right? And then convert them into customers. So what I would do if I was you is I would do free shoot giveaways, right? And I know you do a lot of free shoot giveaways, but you need to do them a lot more frequently. I think you do them like once a month or twice a year. I know you do the one for
graduation.
The graduation.
Yeah.
But what I would do if I was you, I would do it for like literally every holiday. And there are 11 federal. Did I spell federal right? I think so. There's 11 federal holidays. So if you did one for every federal holiday, then that would basically average out to about once a month, right? So for example, Veterans Day is coming out. Do a free shoot for, you could do veterans, but what I would probably do is I would do descendants of veterans as well, right? And the reason why you want to do that is because the whole point of an attraction offer is to get as many leads as possible. Mm-hmm. So you can say, hey, I'm doing a free shoot for people who are veterans, people who are, descendants of veterans, so whether your dad, grandfather, all that stuff, and that will get plenty of people in the door. And then what you do is you tell them like, hey, in order to qualify for the free shoot, you have to repost this and you gotta give me your email. And the reason why you want your email is because data is king, right? Like think about ChatGPT. ChatGPT is free. And the reason why ChatGPT is free is because they want your data, right? If your data wasn't, they would never, I don't know if you've heard the saying that if a product is free, then you're the product.
You're the product.
Yeah, you're the product, right? So you want to have those people's emails. And how many people, the last time you did a free shoot giveaway, how many inquiries did you get?
I'd probably say over 300. 300? Yeah.
Just like that. So if you take 300, multiply that by 11, it's like what? Like 3,000, that's 3,000 emails. You have an email list of 3,000 people. You feel me? So that's what I would do. Next, I would also leverage short form content. Short form content is one of the best ways to get more people to really just to your page. Mm-hmm. So if you, like, for example, you did that one viral clip about like AI or something, or people thought it like your work was AI. Mm-hmm. So that would be also a perfect way to like come up with some reason to like just do a giveaway. Like if you already got like hundreds of thousands of people coming to your page, you might as well just be like, all right, let me just come up with some giveaway just because you already got the traffic. Okay. So you don't ever want to just have like just basically dead traffic come to your page. I would also say just honestly just post more, right? You need to post more. And the reason why I say you need to post more is because the more people who see your offer, the more people are gonna buy. Like you can't just post it one time and then think that everybody's gonna see it. The algorithm's weird. Sometimes it'll show people like you'll post something, and even people that follow you, they might not even see it for like 2-3 days. You know what I mean? So you want to post more, whether that's stories, whether that's reels, whether that's pictures. Like you just always want to post something. I know you like your page is almost like your what you called your
Portfolio.
yeah, portfolio, and so you don't want to just flood with just a bunch of pictures. That's why you could switch it up. You could do at least 3. You could do like a story every other day, and then maybe a shoot once a week, and then a reel the other week. So that way your page isn't just 365 like pictures, and it's just like and it's a lot. So that's what I would do, just to get more traction on the page. Because at the end of the day, the more you post, the more followers you get, and evidently the more people are going to see your offer.
So something you said is post more, which I definitely agree, but I do feel like it's a limitation. And I only say that because...
What a limitation? What does that mean?
Well, because as a photographer, I feel like just like people would look at my best work and want to book me, those are things that go viral. People can look at my worst work and be like, oh, I'm never working with him as well. So I don't want to post every single thing and just for the sake of I'm posting content or I'm staying up to date with the algorithm. Like I want to post hitters only. I want to post bangers only, which I feel like does limit whatever's going on. I get it, but I feel like it has to be a balance somewhere, like somewhere in the middle.
Do you think that you don't have enough bangers to post at least, let's say, 3 times a week?
No, that's insane. Like 3 bangers a week consistently. There's how many weeks are in a month? 52, 54, I don't know. So 3 times it's 150.
Yeah,
like
that's about 150.
That's OD, in my opinion.
You said that's OD?
Yes, 350 separate pictures and posts. Like I do think that's a lot. Like that's like asking your favorite rapper or favorite artist to drop 3 songs a week. Nobody does that. And when they do drop an album, it may take years, but the album has maybe 10 to 15 or 17 songs.
I get it, but we're here to make money. We're here to make money. We're not here to be the, cookie cutter,
I agree with that as well.
You know what I'm saying? So, and at the end of the day, the more people who see your shit, the more money you're going to make. Like, and there might be some people that might be deterred and be like, oh my goodness, that's not fine enough. But because you posted significantly more, you 3x'd your followers. So is the percentage of people that wouldn't fuck with you gonna drop off? Probably, but you just said that you got like 300 people that was like, yo, like I want a free shoe, I want a free shoe, I want a free shoe. You do that like what are we talking about?
I think we're just talking about me trying to find the balance, which is why I'm here. I want to learn. I want to get the keys to success, but I don't want to compromise the quality of the things that I'm posting just for the sake of posting it. So I would like some advice on that, to be honest, too.
I mean, I think the thing with artists is that they're very, like, critical, very, like, oh, my goodness, it has to be perfect. And even, like, with content, I'm in content, right? And do I want my content to be absolutely perfect, like when it goes out? To a certain extent, yeah. But at a certain point, it's like you gotta just post and adapt. That's really it. Like that's really just the name of the game. Is just like reiteration. Because at the end of the day, what you might think is perfect, somebody else might not like. It might not resonate with them. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you have a service. So if you're providing pictures and other people like them, I'm sure other people will like them. So you might as well post them, even if like you don't deem them as like the best hits. You know what I mean? So, because at the end of the day, they bought them from you. So it's like,
that's true. That's definitely true. I'll internalize that because that's real. If I've never had a client be like, oh, this shit is ugly, I don't want it. So if they happy, I can post it, but right now, my threshold is very strict. Like I post what I consider the best of the best versus everything.
Okay, that's fair. Any other things that you wanna?
No, everything else I agree with, and I actually like the federal holidays, just doing shoots for every single one of those. 'Cause I never thought about that.
Yeah, like absolutely. Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, like just every single federal holiday, you just have a reason to do a free shoot. And the reason why you also do it that way is because you don't want to make it just. You don't want to just be like, hey, y'all, I'm just giving away a free shoot just because. You know what I mean? Like just like it just needs a reason.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that. I feel like it gives people a thing to look forward to as well if they start recognizing the pattern in that I'm doing that.
absolutely. If this breakdown is clicking for you, please make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next strategy. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the show. So now we got your upsells, bro. So we got your upsells, and basically an upsell is just essentially whatever you sell next, right? As soon as somebody says, "Yeah, sign me up," you just sell them the very next thing. So for you, that would be edits.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the best time to upsell someone would be when they experience like their first which one? Like their first aha moment.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in the middle of the shoot, right, and you take a picture, and you're like, "Oh my goodness, let me show you this." Show it to them. You know what I mean? Then it's like you could tell them like, and I don't know. Sometimes you low-key could gas it. Like you could just be like, "Oh my goodness, this is one of my favorite shoes." Da da da. No lie, I usually do extra edits for like $20, but for you, I'll do like 5 for 50. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Do that. You could either do it like at the here, I'll write it down. Be like more edits. You could either do it like at live at the shoot, or you could do it like after you actually sent them like an edited picture and be like, "Oh, this is," and do the and this is the same thing. And the reason why you want to do it, say like, what did I say? Like one edit? Did I say one edit for 30 or 20, something like that?
Yeah.
It's because you want a price anchor. You feel me? So you want people to like when they see, especially because they're gonna see like, "Oh shit, like this was a fire ass picture and it was edited, right?" And then you say, "Oh yeah, it's typically like $30 per edit." And then, which is obviously expensive as hell because like if they wanted 5 edits, that's like what, $150. Yeah, you just want to price anchor high. Like that is something that I do in my own business. Like if I want it, I'll have like the quarterly price for like 2 clips a day would be like 8.3K, but if you pay monthly, it'll be like 1.5. You know what I mean? So it makes the 1.5 seem like, oh shit, like I'm getting a deal. And at the end of the day, some people might even take you up on the higher package anyways. So those are some upsells you could do. You could do some BTS reels, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I've seen you do one of those before. I'm for sure it's gonna require someone to show up there and like actually capture some behind the scenes. Or what you could do is you could like have whoever you're shooting with bring a friend. So that way you don't have to hire nobody. You could just do it for free. Oh yeah, another thing you could do is 24-hour turnaround. I think you do something similar to this, like expedited.
The turnaround, yeah.
Yeah, turnarounds. But I would say just make the turnaround like as quick as possible. Be like, "Yo, I'll get you all of these in like 24 hours if you pay like I don't know, like $100 extra, 150. I don't know how much work it would be to like actually sit down and edit and go through all these pictures, but you know, do something like that and charge an extra 100, 200. So
okay. Most of these things I do already. Not BTS reels. I want to offer that way more. That's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the edits, I do, and I try to give the aha moment a few different times. Like you said, during the shoot, I showed them the picture. A lot of the times they're gassed. And that same night, I always send them one edited, usually my favorite picture. I edit a picture for them, send it over, and usually they're like, "Okay, I can't wait to see the final album, etc."
Yep.
But I like that you want to add in there, okay, I usually do edits for this price. For you, I can do it for this. I usually don't do that. I leave it at them being like gassed at the picture, and then they're just excited for everything else that comes after.
Nah, you always want to strike when the iron is hot. As soon as they start gassing this shit, that's when you want to hit them with upsells. That's when you want to hit them with referrals, like all that stuff.
We should talk about referrals because I don't know how to go about that. I never really thought about it.
Yeah, referrals that's kind of a tough one. That's kind of a tough one because like, well, let's start with what are you currently doing, if you're doing it at all.
I'm not doing it at all. Like if somebody tells me, if it's a friend or like they were referred to by somebody, say I had a girl recently reach out to me for her friend's birthday. I think I charged her $450 for the shoot or whatever. However, what the girl wanted would have been a little bit more expensive. But she was like, "Yeah, you shot my cousin, da da da." And I was like, "Okay, I'll honor this price because you came to me based off of word of mouth. I already honored her price and did that." That's pretty much the extent of what it goes to. I don't have any actual referral-based package or discount or anything going.
So, one thing that I think you could do is it's like, instead of like direct like referrals, you could do almost like affiliates, right? Where you basically have people, say like somebody wants a shoot, right? But they can't afford it, whatever. You could tell them like basically if they repost your post and tag you in it, obviously, so you could see it and keep track to make sure that they did it, then they'll get either like a discounted post or something like that. I mean,
Okay.
that way you get, even though it's not a direct referral, if you get enough people that are all consistently reposting your shit, like, especially because your shit is good, especially the Instagram reels, like, you'll go up. So
Okay.
you could do something like that. Or you could, whatever your lowest package is, you could like be like, which is what is it, by the way?
$300 for a lifestyle shoot.
For a lifestyle shoot? Okay. So you could tell them if they repost, because you also want to be sure that you're like, you don't want somebody who has like 200 followers to like just repost your shit. You know what I mean? So like it's a little tough to balance how to do that. You got any ideas for this?
I would tell people that if they have a friend, so like a lot of times, if you're doing like a grad shoot or something like that, a lot of people that like people know are all going through that event at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So like for grad, instead of trying to book people one at a time, you could say, "Yo, I could do this package for you at X price, but if you bring a friend, I'll charge both of you Y price, right? And it'll be less for both of them as individuals, but in terms of the money that you walk away with that day, it's more. Right. And if they bring 3 friends, 4 friends, etc. And then you can, and on top of that, you could save a bunch of time, because instead of like, I know with the yard and stuff like that, it's like, flagpole across the street from the admin building, etc. So if you say, yo, bring 4 friends, I'll get you like a budget price, but now you're able to do 4 shoots in the time that it might have took you to do 2 shoots. Right. And then they all brought all their friends, so they're doing outreach. Yo, he said if I bring a friend, we all get $150 off, blah, blah. But now you actually walk away with triple as much money as you might have made if they only brought themselves. And at the same time,
saved a lot of money.
Time.
Yeah, you saving a lot of time. I like that idea.
That's a great one. Hell yeah. Appreciate that.
All right, now we got to the downsell. So the downsell is gonna be basically for people that can't afford that $300 or $350. So I was thinking what you could do. That's actually similar. What Zaire just said, similar to actually what I have on here, is to do like a mini session where you basically like do 99. It says what, $99 each. And like they get 15 minutes, and you basically stack people back to back. Like, here's your 15-minute slide, here's your 15-minute slide. However many pictures we get in between them, blah blah blah, and you get like an edit or 2. You could do something like that for people that can't really afford that. So another thing you could do is offer payment plans, but instead of let me write this down for. Here we go. We got mini shoot. $99 each, right? And then stack on same day. So we can do that. And then we got payment plans. Now the thing about payment plans is that people are they really only care about how much they gotta pay like today and like less overall. So if you tell somebody like, yeah, like for your $300 shoot, like, okay, like it's only like $50 down, then it takes like the burden off of it. And if they still can't do that, then you could schedule the payment around when they get paid. You could just be like, okay, how much can you do today? So it's like $5 or some shit. It's like, okay, cool. Well, we could do $5 today, and then when you get paid, we could do the other like $2.95. Now I wouldn't go as low as $5, but I'm just saying for like the sake of example to do that.
When I first started, I used to do that though. Like people could send me $5. I've had people send me $20, and then they'll pay the rest over time. But now I try to be adamant on at least 50% of the shoot.
Have you had any trouble collecting the rest of the payment to people that did that?
I haven't so far, so that's been a blessing.
Okay.
And also my payment processor just implemented Klarna, so now I could even do that, which I haven't done it yet.
Really?
Yeah.
And you use Stripe, right?
I use Stripe, and my photography website goes through Pixie Set. So yeah.
I did not know that Stripe implemented Klarna. Okay, that's good to know.
I think and Afterpay too.
And Afterpay? Okay. I think I knew that about Afterpay. Okay, so I mean that is pretty much it for the downsells. Do you have any downsells that you currently are doing? Or like if someone says, "Oh, I can't afford $300," like what do? You're just like, oh, okay.
I negotiate because to me, especially if I'm not busy, it's like, okay, do I want to be sitting at home or do I want to go out and make this money real quick? So I'll be like, okay,
That's real.
what's your budget? And sometimes they might say something outrageous, and I'm like, okay, well, I could send you some photographers that I know I put somebody else on. But if it's a number I could work with, I try to work with them, and they'll just get way less than what my actual package is. But I typically do that. Or if the opportunity is grand enough, I kind of compromise myself and be like, you know what? Usually I don't shoot for this price, but because this is such a great opportunity for exposure, etc., I will do it.
Absolutely. I would always say that like sometimes it's not always about the bread. Sometimes if you could get either the exposure, you can negotiate people, having to tag you. You can negotiate. Okay, you gotta like, you know, I get your email and then all your friends' email, all this other shit. Like you could offer like, oh, I'll give you like $20 off the shoot. Like you can do this for every shoot actually. Like, yo, $20 off the shoot if you like join my newsletter. Now some people are probably gonna unsubscribe right away, but I mean you're just doing that just so that way you could build your email list.
So what do you think about this? Because I haven't been actively collecting emails. However, every person that I send their gallery to, in order to download a picture, you have to type in your email.
So
like,
you have everybody's email?
Yeah, anyone that's ever downloaded a picture of mine, I have your email.
Oh damn.
So is it like
I'm
crazy?
unsubscribe too.
Is it crazy to go on the back end and like use that information or something? Like,
I mean, look.
Maybe cut this out.
Look, I don't know what the email marketing laws are, but I'd probably just make a post on the Instagram and be like, "Yo, if you ever did shoot with me, I put you in my email on my email newsletter." Da da da. Or actually, no. This is what I would do. I would say this is what I would do. I would tell people if you've ever done a shoot with me, I just shot you an email with an exclusive offer.
Oh, okay.
So phrase it like that. And then it basically, because no one likes being on newsletters, right? But if you say like, oh, you got an exclusive offer, then people are going to open the email and whatnot. Now, if you do say an exclusive offer, you're going to have to give something. I don't know what that's going to be. It could just be like a randomized free shoot or something like that. You could try and even leverage that some more. It'd be like, yo, anybody who, the person who adds the most of their friends or gets the most signups to the newsletter or whatever, like gets something. Okay. You can do something like that. Try to make it so that way you have those people reach out to other people and then like, you know what I mean? And you've done probably like what, over 1,000 shoots at this point?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So yeah, you could easily double or triple your email list if you did that, like an affiliate contest for a free shoot. I won't be participating, but
well, unwillingly you will. I'm not gonna lie. Business email and personal.
There we go. We're gonna put that under.
That's good though.
We're gonna put that.
I'm gonna definitely have to redline that list though because I don't want to be sending it to just any and everybody.
Email blast to everyone.
I feel like the email blast will help with the free shoots as well because Instagram is one platform,
this
but
would probably be under attraction more so. As opposed to upsell. All right, so now let's get to the fun. So now we got continuity, which is like retainers, right? Now, this one was very tricky for me to come up with because I was like, okay, like most people like when they want photos, like is like typically like a one-time thing. Right. Mm-hmm. So what I was thinking that what you could do instead is like offer more so like social media management, right? Media. All right. So what I was saying is social media management, right? Because, bro, I'm trying to tell you, there are actually some DC businesses. Cause I was like, you know what? I'm not going to air them out who they were, but I was like, just like, okay, let me just like look at their social media. Like what they do, like some of the lounges and stuff, like it's just trash. Oh my God. It's just nothing but flyers and just no. So you went to like a local business and told them like, yo, I'll come in here, let's say like once a week, right? Or whatever the latest day is. Say like it's like a
Thursday, Saturday, or something.
Yeah,
Sunday.
like Thursday, Saturday, a day that's going to be popping. You go in, you take pictures. You probably only need to be there for like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, right? Take pictures and then tell them that you'll like essentially like drop the content for them. Like you'll like post the content for them. And typically I would use Instagram because obviously it's pictures and whatnot. But you could even, again, upsell them. Upsell. Because you edit IG, you've edited your own IG Reels, right?
Mm-hmm.
IG Reels. You got upsell those, like, say, like, for example, I'll use Chicha Lounge. You could tell them, y'all come in on Thursday, Friday, or Friday, Saturday, whatever. You'll take mad pictures, you'll get some footage, whatever, and then you'll drop, like, pictures, like, let's say, like, every other day, and then, like, on the weekend, drop, a recap reel or something like that. So which comes out to, I don't know, like, and you could honestly probably show up like once a month, really, and like if you get enough pictures, like it doesn't have to be like, oh my goodness, like this picture is from the same day, because nobody's gonna realize that, oh shit, like this is from the 21st and not the 28th, like no one's looking that hard. So you could do that, get access to their social media, and then what I would do to scale is I would. Because once you do this for like, I don't know, let's say like 5 people or 5 businesses, especially local businesses, it's going to be kind of tough to like actually do the social media management. And then you just like hire on Fiverr, hire somebody overseas on Fiverr, and then basically you still will be the person like doing the shoot. And then you like create a Google Drive folder and then basically just tell them like, this is the content calendar for the month. Like this picture goes on this day, this grill goes on this day, da 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 da, and then they just handle everything else. And then once you really scale, what you could really do is hire your own photographer. Oof, that looks ugly. Hire your own photographer, like somebody that you know is reputable, and then be like, yo, like this is probably like once you hit like, let's say like 10 local businesses, like where it's like, okay, it's gonna be way too much for me to go to all these places all in one day. And then you tell them like, yo, I'll pay you like, I don't know, like $500 a month or something like that, maybe even $1,000 a month, because you could charge anywhere for a local business like this for social media management, depending on the business. Like, you know, if it's a lounge or someone who's like selling liquor, like a higher profit margin items, you can charge them anywhere between $500 and $1,000 each. So if you have 15 of them, that's $15K a month. You know what I mean? So you could easily hire somebody on Fiverr for $1,000 a month to manage, and then another photographer for, let's say, like $1,500, and then you pocket the other, like, what, $12K a month? That's what I would do.
Okay.
For continuity. And you could do local creators, you could do small businesses, venues, other small businesses that need content. So that's what I would do.
That's a great idea. I didn't think about that at all.
And then the last thing that I would do, this is what I would do. Like, if it was me and I'm a photographer, and look, again, this is coming from someone who wants to make money, right? Like, if you're trying to be cute on the gram and, like, get a whole bunch of likes and get people to, you know what I'm saying? Like, this might not be for you. But if you're trying to make bread, this is what I would do. I would switch niches altogether and I'm going to call this bonus. I'll do wedding photography. And here's why. There are certain things that people like that are kind of normalized for people to go into debt over. For instance, a house, a car, and then a wedding. Like, think about it. Like, there's some people that, like, especially women that wait their whole life. They be like 35. They've been dreaming about this wedding since they was like 12 years old. And they probably thought, oh my God, it was never gonna happen to me, and now it finally happened. Like, they're gonna drop that bread on a wedding. You could charge thousands upon thousands of dollars on these wedding photography. Right, because and people go into debt for weddings regardless. And that's kind of normalized, you know what I mean? So like, even just asking somebody to like, yo, like, would you, like, oh, I know it's pricey, but like, you know what I'm saying, take out a loan. They probably be like, oh, we was gonna do that anyways, increase the loan. You know what I mean? And honestly, it wouldn't even be that hard to even like find people. Like do it right now. Type in take your phone, go on Instagram and type in hashtag just engaged.
I already know it's gonna be hella people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It says, first of all, AI is already coming up, but it's over 700,000 posts.
700,000 people are getting married every single day. So what I would do is I would go and scroll through there. I'd actually probably hire some VA to just be like, yo, like these are the hashtags, and then have them go through and give them I'd have one column for the one column for the if they have their email attached to their profile, and then the date that the post was made. Like, did they get engaged last week? Did they get engaged like 6 months ago? Because that'll determine the urgency of when you need to strike. But honestly, I would then like DM them and basically say something like, yo, JCole, photographer, congratulations on getting married, blah blah blah. Would love to talk to you about getting your being your wedding for your special day, da da da. We could get a consultation call. And then one thing that you could do is you could probably send them maybe some of your best work, like a picture of your best work or something similar. Like I know you've done like maternity shoots and stuff like that. Like something like that's actually exactly what I would do. I would send them like a maternity shoot. Because you want something that's going to like pull at their emotions, you know what I mean? And to get them to like want to like respond. Like if you just send them like, oh my goodness, this person looks fly at the Met Gala. That's not gonna have the same impact on someone who's looking to get married as opposed to someone who literally, just had a kid. Because obviously that's the next natural step is to have kids. So that's what I would do as the bonus. And you could easily charge anywhere between 3, 4, 5K, and honestly, I would honestly base the pricing off of how crazy they went for the like the engagement post. Like if it looks like if they over here like in Jamaica and they got like this big ass building and it's hella people there and all this other shit and they did that for the engagement, oh yeah, you getting a 10K bill. You know what I mean? Because I'm already knowing that you probably gonna blow a bag on your wedding. So that's what I would do.
Okay, that makes sense. I've done a few weddings. They just like, they cool, but that's not where my passion is. But again, you said to make money though. So
right. I said if you are trying to make money, utilize your Instagram. This is the path to do it. Yeah, we got your attraction offers, upsells, downsells. We got your continuity. Shoot, any questions before we wrap up?
So if you were me, what would you immediately implement right after this conversation?
The very first thing I would do the email blast to everybody about like the exclusive offer, because that wouldn't be that hard to do. And then you can figure out what the offer is later. You don't have to you don't have to put in in the email. You could just be like, oh, look out soon for the offer. Put it on the ground. That's probably the first thing I would do. Then the second thing I would do is start plotting on the free shoot giveaway, because I want to say Veterans Day is in like a week or two. So then I would implement that. But if you do those two things, I think that would set you up. And then I would get onto, I know you don't like weddings, but then I would hire a VA to scrape all the leads for wedding photography. And I'd honestly probably hire somebody else on Fiverr to actually send the emails for the wedding photography. So I basically have somebody. So you have essentially that on autopilot for the wedding photography while you do your thing out here in DC.
I say less. I can definitely do the emails. That's nothing. Veterans Day is coming up. I got a Halloween shoot coming up. So all this is getting implemented. I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming on and being open about, trying to make some money. And
right. I thought we was going to talk about numbers. Like, what's happening? Like,
what do you mean numbers? Like, you want me to write down how much all these, like, next to these?
No, I mean, I'm just talking shit.
Like, yeah, I know you are. That's true. Anyways, Beyond Ordinary Podcast. We out. Utilize your Instagram to get you some more money. That's how you do it. If you got just one good idea from this episode, please consider subscribing so you don't miss the next one. And if you liked all the insights from this episode and looking for more, click on the video on your screen right now.